Well, hello, everyone. My name is Jeff Price, and I'm representing Naropa University's 40th anniversary. This is a very special week coming up. It'll be from October 10th to the 19th. And as part of that, we're having a special event on October 12th, which is the Naropa Mindful Golf Open. It's very exciting for me. I'm an avid golfer, in addition to being adjunct faculty at Naropa and a graduate of Naropa in 1997. This is a very exciting thing for me, and I'm hoping that a lot of people will be interested in participating in this so we can help raise money for scholarships. And as a special guest at the Mindful Golf Open, we are so happy to have Dr. JoeParent, who is the author and founder of Zen Golf. If you haven't picked up this book, you have to get it. There are over 500,000 copies of this book in print worldwide, and it's one of the most popular golf books on the market today. And Dr. Joe is a coach of Vijay Singh. If you're a golfer, you know who that is, and other professionals. And Joe, welcome.
Thank you, Jeff.
Great to have you here. Joe and I played golf 15 years ago at the 25th anniversary. I'm sure you remember that, Joe.
That's right. With Michael Murphy, who wrote the book Golf in the Kingdom. And
that's right.
I've had a great relationship with him over the years. It's been very gratifying to the way that a Buddhist book about golf has been received by the golfing community. Zen Golf, Mastering the Mental Game came out in 2002. So we're it's been over 12 years that it's been in publication, and it's still near the top of the charts every year. So, and I get wonderful emails of people who have just read it. So it's still new for some people, and it's been really exciting. I've had the opportunity to coach on the PGA and the LPGA tours, and worked with both Vijay Singh, as you said, and currently working with Christy Kerr. And it was a pretty exciting ride to help each of them to #1 in the world on the respective tours. So Zen Golf works for players at that level, and it works for players of all levels, because we're really talking about, when we're talking about the Mindful Open at Naropa University, Zen Golf is about applying mindful awareness to the game of golf and basically helping you get out of your own way and get the most out of your abilities. So it applies to golf and everything we do in life.
That's fantastic. Well, congratulations on that, and thank you. I really appreciate all the work you've done. I've read the book, and it has been a help. But going back earlier than that, I think you can bring us back to the roots of the coming together of Shambhala and Naropa and golf. Can you talk about that a bit?
Well, we'll go way back into ancient history when I first met the Vidyadhara Trungpa Rinpoche, who was the founder of Naropa University. And I met him in 1971, and also met his main student, his Dharma heir, an American. He chose an American to be his successor and lineage holder, Thomas Rich, who he gave the name Ursel Tenzin. And he was the Buddhist lineage holder of Trungpa Rinpoche. And together they created a number of projects, including the Maitri project on Buddhist psychology, which I was involved with in 1973. And then Naropa was founded in 1974, and I pitched in. Everybody in the Buddhist community in Boulder at that time, there were not that many of us. We all pitched in and helped the vision of a contemplative. It was Naropa Institute at that time, and has since become Naropa University, but a contemplative higher education facility that could bring the contemplative practice into education. And it's very gratifying to see that it exists and is flourishing after 40 years. So I was fortunate enough to, because of my involvement in Buddhist psychology and the Maitri program, to be as well a student in the first couple of years of Naropa, and then a faculty member because I was in the PhD program at the University of Colorado. and a faculty member teaching Buddhist psychology at Naropa Institute, now Naropa University.
I love hearing stories about Naropa Institute in those early days. What was what about the very first Shambhala Open?
Well, it was actually called the Regents Open. The Shambhala teachings came into the fore later on, but in 1976, a couple of years after Naropa was founded, the Vajra Regent, Gyaltsab Tenzin, Trungpa Rinpoche's successor, was the interesting story is he was having his father come out to visit, and his father was an avid golfer. And so some of his students, myself and some of the other of his students who were golfers, said, well, why don't we create an event that your dad can participate in, and we'll do it as a fundraiser for Naropa. So the first Regents Open happened in 1976 as a fundraiser for Naropa Institute, and the guest of honor was the Vajra Regent's father. Then it became instituted as a regular event every year, as a fundraising event, and it was a fundraiser for Naropa within the context of a society called the Regents Club, which was a society for major donors supporting Naropa at that time. My good friend Ed Hanzarek is going to be coming out for the tournament as well, the Mindful Open tournament on October 12th. He's coming out from Nova Scotia, and we were both founders of what we called, the Vajra Regent founded the Shambhala Golfers Association. And these were the golfers in the Buddhist Sangha, the Buddhist community, who endeavored to practice golf in accord with the principles of Shambhala, the notion of enlightened society. So the Vajra Regent was really the leader of that, and with his support we had these golf tournaments and we had a lot of events. And he taught about mindfulness and Buddhist teachings, Shambhala teachings, and how they connected with golf. And through that, a lot of what I present in the book Zen Golf came out, in particularly in the I wanted to share with people the principles of Shambhala golf, and that is vision. Virtue is the first one, the vision of a positive attitude towards golf. So we have virtue. Discipline is the second one, that to perform any activity, there has to be the discipline of that particular field. And then humor is the third, and very important. It's not humor at someone's expense, but humor of the absence of self-importance and big deal. And once we have some lightness about things and we don't take ourselves so seriously, we can have a lot better time and be there for others a lot more. And finally, friendship, that even though you play the game for your own score, it's a social activity. And the wonderful thing about the way that we brought golf to Naropa University was as a contemplative discipline, along with the other contemplative disciplines of the university, so that you work with your mind to play better golf, but you also play golf as a way to work with your mind. And that was the exciting thing about how that evolved. And the way that we played and the teachings that the Vajra Regent gave and subsequent coaching that I was able to do based on those were the foundation of Zen Golf, and have proven to be successful in the modern golf world, internationally and all over the United States.
And when you come out to the Mindful Open, will you be talking about this, giving a talk to the participants?
Yeah, I'm going to tell some stories from the early days of Shambhala golf, and talk a little bit about how Zen Golf came to be. And it came about a lot in conjunction with Ed Hanzarek, my good friend, who I started playing golf with when he first came to Naropa, and he'll tell some stories about how he got involved in Naropa, and he's an alumni as well. And when we went out and played, he's a teaching pro. And when I found out, I said, let's go play golf. And he said, I want you to talk to me about what my mind does on the golf course. And I said, you tell me what my swing does, and I'll tell you what your mind does. So the fairways became our laboratory, and we developed a lot of great ideas about how to play golf in a contemplative way that still kept it not too serious, but and applied to all levels of golf, from beginners to top professionals. Ed then invited me to come and teach at some of his clinics, and those teachings and then subsequent students that I had, the stories of those lessons became the basis of Zen Golf. And I'll talk about what I developed as the PAR approach of preparation, action, and response to results, based on the Buddhist principles of good at the beginning, good in the middle, and good at the end. That if what you do is good at the beginning and your preparation is good, and if your action is done with mindfulness and awareness, and that afterwards you reflect on your results in a non-judgmental way to learn and grow, then everything works, and we move towards more health, better, more happiness, and ultimately towards enlightenment, which is the whole idea.
It's a wonderful paradox, isn't it, of combining golf with non-striving and letting go of the results?
Well, it is a paradox, but golf is a paradoxical game. As any golfer knows, you swing easy to hit hard, you swing down to make the ball go up, and the harder you try, the worse it is. It's a little bit like those little toys. They're little woven bamboo tubes that you stick a finger in each end. Well, the harder you try to pull out, the more stuck you get. So the idea of Zen Golf is not to try harder, but to lean in and discover what you already have the capability of doing, and letting that come out without interference. So sometimes when I'm coaching, I tell players that they're playing moron golf. And what I mean by that is they keep adding more on. They try harder and try to do more things and think about these swing thoughts, and I say, let it go. It's less is more. And when we free it up and can trust ourselves in golf and in anything we do, our real abilities shine through. And that's the message that we want to give to people. And that's what the contemplative approach is about in everything we do at Naropa Institute. I fell into the past, Naropa Institute. At Naropa University, the whole idea is the contemplative approach allows us to access both our inner capabilities and the aspects of the habits that we have of getting in our own way. And once we get out of our own way, all of our goodness and capabilities shine through, and we get the most out of what our talents are.
Boy, I feel like I just got a free golf lesson.
Well, what we're going to do at the golf tournament is practice this. So when people first arrive, Ed and I will be what we call walking the line. As people warm up on the range to get ready, we'll walk through and talk with people and try to help them with their routine and with their attitude, and help them free it up and have a better time playing golf. Because one of my slogans is, people think that if only they played better, they'd enjoy it more. It actually works the other way around. If you'd enjoy it more, you'd play better. So what we'll do is, before the tournament, we'll just walk around and talk with people and try to create that atmosphere. Then during the round, we're going to play a couple of contemplative holes. And that is, from the time we walk on the tee to the time we walk off the green, we will play in silent mindfulness. We'll be encouraging to each other, but minimize the communication and discover the sights, the sounds, the feelings, and how our thoughts work as we play the game. and see how we get in our own way and what it feels like to free it up and not be in our own way. And so we're going to do a hole on the front nine and a hole on the back nine that way, so that everybody has the experience of contemplative golf. After the round, I'm going to, over lunch, I'm going to do a talk and go into a little bit more of this, and Ed and I are going to tell some stories from the old days, which are very exciting. There'll be some pictures out there, and you'll see one where Trungpa Rinpoche and the Vajra Regent and a few other people are standing around a golf cart looking into the distance, and what they're looking at is a lightning storm approaching during one of the early Regent Opens. So that was quite an experience, being feeling the power of the heavens open up during the golf tournament. And then after lunch, Ed and I are going to do a clinic on the putting green for people who want to stay and learn a little more about putting Zen Golf and Shambhala Golf into practice.
Well, thanks very much, Dr. Joe. This is going to be very exciting. I want to remind people that the Naropa University Mindful Golf Open will take place on October 12th at Indian Peaks Golf Course in Lafayette. And the way you can sign up is by going to naropa.edu/golf. And we've made it very easy for you to sign up. I hope you do, and I look forward to seeing you out there. Thanks.